The night everything broke. It didn't start with shouting or tears. It started with laughter. Real laughter. The kind that fills a room and makes you forget the time. I remember thinking, for a moment, that maybe life was finally being kind to us. If you're listening to this, please stay till the end. Because what happened after that laughter still lives inside me. And I've never told it this way before. We convinced her to join us. That sentence still feels heavy in my mouth. It was supposed to be harmless. That's what we kept telling ourselves. Harmless. Just a weekend. Just company. Just easing the loneliness we all felt in different ways, but never admitted out loud. She was sitting on the edge of the couch when we brought it up. Her hands were folded, tight, like she was holding onto something invisible. She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. I noticed it, but I ignored it. That's something I regret more than anything, ignoring the small signs because they don't scream loud enough. She said she wasn't sure. Her voice was soft, almost apologetic, like she was already worried about disappointing us. We laughed it off. We told her it would be fun. We told her, everyone does it now. We told her it would bring us closer, not pull us apart. We said it like we knew, like we were experts in something we barely understood ourselves. I remember leaning forward, speaking slower, choosing my words carefully, trying to sound calm and loving. I told her she could trust us. I told her nothing would change. I told her this wouldn't define her or us. I believed it when I said it, or maybe I just wanted to believe it so badly that the truth didn't stand a chance. She looked at me for a long time, not angry, not excited, just quiet, that kind of quiet that makes the room feel smaller. Then she nodded, just once, a small nod, and that was it. That was the moment everything shifted, even though none of us realized it yet. The days leading up to it felt strange, normal on the surface, but tense underneath. She laughed when we joked. She ate when we ate. She spoke when spoken to, but something in her had pulled back. At night, when the lights were off, I could feel the distance, not physical, emotional, like she was already somewhere else, preparing herself for something she didn't want but felt she owed us. I told myself it was nerves, that anyone would feel that way before something new. I told myself she would relax once it started. I told myself too many things. When the moment came, time slowed in the worst way. Every sound felt louder. Every movement felt sharp. I watched her face more than anything else. I was searching for reassurance, for a sign that we hadn't made a mistake. Her smile was there, but it was thin, fragile, like glass that could crack with one wrong word. No one spoke much. We didn't need to, or so we thought. Silence filled the spaces between us, heavy and awkward, but we kept going, because stopping would mean admitting we were wrong, and none of us wanted to be the first to say it. Afterward, she went quiet. Not immediately, not in a dramatic way. Slowly, like a candle burning lower each day. She stopped humming while making coffee. She stopped reaching for my hand without thinking. Her eyes started avoiding mine, just for a second at first, then longer. I asked her if she was okay. She said yes, too quickly. I asked her again days later. She said she was just tired. I wanted to believe her so badly that I didn't push. I thought giving space was the kind thing to do. I didn't realize I was giving her space to disappear. The house felt different after that. The walls felt closer. The air felt heavier. Laughter sounded forced. Conversations felt rehearsed. She would sit with us, but she wasn't really there. Sometimes I'd catch her staring at nothing, her face blank, like she was replaying something over and over in her mind. One night, I woke up and realized she wasn't beside me. I found her sitting on the floor in the bathroom, back against the tub, knees pulled to her chest. The light was off. She didn't cry. She didn't look at me. She just said she couldn't sleep. I sat next to her. I didn't touch her. I was afraid that even my hand might be too much. We sat there in silence for a long time. I wanted to say something comforting, something that would fix it, but every word felt useless. That's when it started to sink in, not as a clear thought, but as a weight in my chest. We hadn't brought her closer. We had pushed her somewhere lonely and dark, and she went there alone. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into a kind of numb routine. She smiled in front of others. She laughed at the right moments. But when it was just us, her eyes looked tired, not sleepy, tired in a deeper way, like she was carrying something too heavy for her body. One evening, she finally broke, not with anger, not with yelling. She sat across from me, hands shaking slightly, and said she felt like she had disappeared. She said she agreed because she didn't want to lose us. She said she thought saying yes would make her more lovable, more open, more enough. That word stayed with me. Enough. She said that after it happened, she couldn't look at herself the same way, that she felt like she had crossed a line she never wanted to cross. And she did it because we convinced her it was the right thing to do. She didn't blame us directly. That hurt more than if she had screamed. She blamed herself. And that's when I knew how deeply we had failed her. I tried to apologize. The words came out clumsy and late. I told her we never meant to hurt her. I told her we thought we were being honest and open. I told her we loved her. She listened quietly, then nodded the same way she had before. That small nod again, but this time, it felt final. After that conversation, she changed in a way that didn't come back. She became polite, distant, careful, like someone who had learned the cost of trusting too much. She stopped sharing her thoughts. She stopped making plans. She started packing parts of herself away. The day she left, there was no dramatic goodbye, no slammed doors. She hugged me, softly, briefly. Her body felt stiff, like she was hugging a memory, not a person. She said she needed time to find herself again. She said she didn't hate us. That almost broke me. When the door closed behind her, the silence was unbearable. Not the quiet kind, the kind that rings in your ears and makes your chest ache. The house felt empty in a way I had never felt before, like the walls remembered her, and I was the only one left who didn't belong. I replay everything now, every smile, every word we used to convince her, every moment I ignored my gut because I wanted something without thinking about the cost. I live with the knowledge that we didn't force her, but we influenced her, and sometimes that's worse. We convinced her to join us, and in doing so, we lost her, not just from our lives, but from herself for a long time. I don't know if she ever fully found her way back. I hope she did. I hope she learned that love should never require erasing yourself to keep it. This isn't a story about being modern or open. It's about pressure that hides behind smiles. It's about how easily love can turn into quiet harm when we put our desires above someone else's comfort. It's about a choice that can't be undone, no matter how sorry you are. I carry this with me every day. The laughter that started it, the silence that followed, and the truth that some mistakes don't explode. They slowly hollow everything out instead. If this story touched you, please like, comment, and subscribe.